Have you heard of this contract? It involves technicians who are walking around in the villages, especially up country, and they are purporting to be looking for land to build telecommunication masts, which we call boosters in Kenya. And they are offering a lot of money to the potential victims in this case. So for example, they will walk around in your village after identified a potential victim who is typically someone with some means. So this could be a retiree, it could be someone with a job like a civil servant, a teacher, a doctor, a businessman. And then they spot him and they'll pretend to be looking for directions, asking for the sub-chief's office or the chief's office. It looks very natural until they tell you the reason we are looking for this chief is because we were looking for some piece of land that we can install the booster and we'll pay $1 million bob, and every month we'll be paying something like 90,000, which is it's a sweet deal. Then of course the victim will most likely say, yeah, I am actually a landowner here and you can try out my land. So they'll take the measurements and they'll be having another person in the car who will maybe be a Muhindi or a Chinese person or a Caucasian person, a white person. And this person, the foreigner, will remain in the car as they do the measurements. They have all this equipment that looks very sophisticated, and when they are done, they'll come to the victim and say, unfortunately, the measurements are going to the next piece of land. They really wanted you to get this money, but looks like the measurements are against you. But since you are a good guy and you showed us directions, I think we can plan something. Since our boss didn't see the results, we can skew the results. And then when the guys who are coming to install the boosters come, we'll give them something like 150,000 for them to agree to our results. As we don't want anything, it's just that we want our core team to flow with this lie. So once you make the payment for the 150K, and this is after they have given you like a very detailed contract, they have taken photos of their title and they pretend it's a very elaborate process. So they tell you will make the 150K so that we can do the payment, and then within 2 or 3 days the technical team will come and install, and before they come you'll get the 1 million in your account. They'll actually even take the bank account. But the moment you pay the 150K, that's the last time you hear of these guys. So there are many reasons why people get conned, and in this case, one element that comes out is the element of greed, which is weaponized by these scammers. And greed is a human trait or a human weakness that involves the want for excessive wealth or power. And it's a natural human weakness, but it can be taken advantage of to be weaponized. In this case, you can see someone is promised a lot of money within a very short period of time, and they lose their money because without greed, this scam doesn't work, because the person, if they had agreed for the booster to go to the neighbor's land, they would have been spared. But because they wanted to have it for themselves, it becomes easy for them to steal from this person. How can you protect yourself when the scam is targeted to take advantage of your greed? Number one is to do due diligence. So typically the scammers will discourage you from taking due diligence. That's a red flag. Number two is whenever you notice something is not going right, ask for more time. So in this case, you can ask for more time to consult with other people who are in this field, because this is not an area most people are really know how it operates. Other signs to look out for when you suspect something is a scam is when you're being promised returns regardless of the circumstances, usually very high returns. Someone will say, we will always pay you 30% interest regardless of the circumstances. That's a red flag. Number two is when you're being bombarded with testimonials about people who have made it big. As we normally say in Kiswahili, chema chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. So if it's a really good deal, you don't need people to bombard you with testimonials and that kind of stuff. Number three is when you're being told to make the deal in a hurry, like you're being told deposit the money now, don't consult, and Number 4, when you are being encouraged to take a shortcut. So in this case, you are being encouraged to pay money to bribe some officials so that the telecommunication mast can be installed in your place when really the coordinates show it should be somewhere else. Money254.co.ke has written more about why people get scammed and how you can protect yourself from scammers. Click on the link to learn more.